And action.
And action. Welcome to another podcast. Another episode. Episode 2 to be specific. Welcome, Unfortunate Sons. Oh my God, should we call them that?
Like Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Yep, like CCR. Yep.
Unfortunate Sons.
Hello, Unfortunate Sons. We are doing podcast number 2 today, where we go over music, rap, metal, whatever genre. We go over comedy a wee bit. Go over films. We just watched another scary movie. Going to talk about that later. Super fun. Terrifying. It actually was the scariest one, but we'll get into it. But welcome. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe. We interact with everyone. Let's get it going.
Unless
you stink. Ooh. So, first thing we're going to start off into. Let me go to my podcast 2, baby. Music on the radar.
UAPP online.
Music we're excited about. Artists we're excited about.
anything.
Let's get into it. You want to start off?
Yeah, I'll kick it off.
Yeah, kick it off here.
Someone, I can't believe we forgot to mention him last fucking podcast, is Big X the Plug.
Big X the Plug,
Big X the Plug. He's
yeah.
on.
He's Houston too, right?
Yeah, I don't know for sure.
I think he's
Texas
Houston.
for sure.
I think he's Houston. He sounds like Houston.
Yeah, he's fire. Nice little rapper. And then I also was Sleazy World Go. He's got a few good songs.
And that's the Chicago guy?
I think he's like from Detroit, but like also like Missouri or something like that. Like he has lived in both. Or
is
something.
that the guy that did the song with G Herbo?
He has a G Herbo song.
Yeah, okay.
But
that song's fire.
He's pretty good. I just like the way he raps. He's got like a cool vibe. He's not like the best artist ever, but he's on my radar. I feel
he's
like
got bars.
Yeah, he's got some bars.
Is he like a drill guy or?
Yeah, he's like well, it's like sort of like that Detroit style, but there's something that's like not really like it. It's almost like Detroit meets Nardo Wick. In a way. Like it's pretty like grim stuff.
What are your thoughts on Nardo Wick?
I actually like Nardo Wick, but I don't love him.
He's like a 21 Savage.
Yeah.
Like a different version of 21 Savage. So, anybody else that you want to put on the radar?
I don't think so. Big X the Plug, Sleazy World Go. Our friend Twan was telling me about this guy Rob 49 too. I think he's like friends with Sleazy World Go or something.
Right.
He's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I think on my radar, which Will told me to talk about this guy because I didn't last time. Ski Mask, the Slump God. Damn near the GOAT.
Water.
Of the underground guys. Yeah. He's got some amazing shit, really. Like, it's funny, on that last podcast we were talking about like what we want from the music world, and he kind of is doing exactly that.
Yeah.
Now, he's more hype and like turn up still, but he has like really real songs too. Like on his last album, the Dr. Seuss or the Sin City one, he has like a few songs where it's literally just an instrumental with guitar over it, and it's so fire. And we're looking forward to that. He is doing a lot more underground shit. Like he just made a song with Lil Tyler, and like he's a 14-year-old, I think. Lil Tyler's a 14 or 15-year-old.
I feel like I've heard the name.
Maybe he's 17. But he's just a young ass dude.
He's 50.
He might be 35. Who knows? But no, he's working with some underground guys, trying to get that like the hype guys in there, and the, you know. I feel like Ski Mask wants like a little bit of street cred still, getting these like kind of like more street guys on his shit.
Or maybe it's like he just wants that like X type shit again, where like aggressiveness.
But he's like not even on the aggressiveness. Like it's like more like kind of like Dexter, or like, you know, like kind of like
that's weird.
Like kind of turn up, like underground turn up. That's like just weird.
But also that could just be what he's doing until this album comes out.
Right, and it's just like singles and features. Like his last album, which was not even an album, it was called a mixtape, but it was pretty conceptual. So I'm excited for that. Also, James Blake. I fucking love James Blake. I'm just excited for his music at all times. He just made a song with what's that guy that's on the Metro Boomin album? He's Don Toliver. He made a song on Don Toliver's album. Not a huge Don Toliver fan. I don't think you are either.
No.
He's okay.
I haven't even listened to his new album.
Yeah. That's the one that James Blake is on. But I'm more interested in James Blake's solo shit. He really just combines so many cool vibes. He's got the piano, singing, also has beats and rap, and anything he's released I've liked so far, other than like his really early stuff, which was more like electronic shit, but I just love him. I don't know what it is. I just love James Blake. I'm excited for that. He's on my fucking radar, baby.
Yeah. And that's cool that he has those like interviews where he really talks about the intricacies of mixing.
And just like his process, because his process is so cool. Okay, song of the week.
Ooh, this one's tough. I'll say I'll choose one of my on the radar. "Vanish Mode" by Sleazy World Go. That's my That's my Sleazy World Go song.
You know what I'm gonna do? It's an old one.
What?
It's an old one. "Sorry Not Sorry" by Bryson Tiller.
Oh yeah. The one we just listened to last night.
Dude, that shit, like, I feel like I'll always like that song.
Yeah.
That's
That beat
my
was
song of the
pretty
week.
insane.
Yeah. And, we'll have these album covers put up.
Yep.
So, "Sorry Not Sorry" is my song of the week. Yours was
"Vanish Mode."
"Vanish Mode."
Sleazy World Go.
Okay, next we're going to go through our tweets, polls,
Oh yeah.
which we didn't go over which ones we're going to do, but we're going to just wing it. So, is NBA YoungBoy overrated? And we'll have this poll up too when we talk about it. So, you want me to just go over it?
Well, let me just say that NBA YoungBoy is 100% overrated.
So all of you that put "Nah, he's fire," you're wrong.
We're tell them
right.
what well, it'll be up, but tell them what the options are. Tell them what the
Okay,
options
so
are.
is NBA YoungBoy overrated? We have, yeah, of course, with 38%.
Wow.
We have "Nah, he's fire" with a whopping 48%.
Oh, it went down. Okay.
It went down a little bit. It was up in the 50s later.
Yep.
And then "I'm Not Sure" with 14%. We had 42 votes on that so far. Might change in the time that we put this up. Who knows?
Yeah, because just posted it yesterday.
But yeah, your thoughts.
I guess since when the votes dropped a little bit, I think that's reasonable because he is popular for a reason. People like him, but I just feel like if you really listen to a lot of music, you're gonna think he's overrated as well. And I feel like with 30%?
38% for, yeah, of course, he's overrated.
Yeah, that's pretty. I feel like that's a good percentage.
It's funny to see how polarizing it is, too.
Yeah.
Because I know we talked about it a little bit, but, I'm not sure. Only 14%. I feel like a lot more people would be like, I don't know. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Who gives a shit? But I would probably say I'm definitely on the, yeah, of course, he's overrated. Dude says the stupidest lyrics I've ever heard in my entire life. I'm sorry. It's like the quotes that I've seen and heard in his songs where I'm like, dude, what is this guy even talking about?
Yeah.
It's literally like people just like him 100% for his personality and because it's just his popular beats and shit.
He runs the internet.
Yeah.
But I'll say though, I think he built a good foundation too. He is a good rapper.
Yeah,
He actually is a good rapper.
Yep.
But to classify him as some of the best of this generation is stupid. And like you said, all his songs are the same basically, or he just says weird stuff. He could actually be. I think he could be better.
That's probably why we are so pissed off about it.
Yeah.
Because we're like, oh, he could be fire as fuck.
It's he figured out that oh, I don't really need to try that hard.
Yeah, I could just
And
release a
people love
whole
me.
bunch of music and everybody will love me. Yep. So, we don't like him. But
Yeah, and
he has opportunity to be better. I mean, he's also only 22.
yeah, something like that.
He's young as fuck still. So.
But Siraj said responded to our tweet. He said, "This is the first rapper I know with a money glitch, a free money glitch."
Yeah.
He just released an album,
Yep.
gets money.
I mean,
what he had 8 albums last year?
Yeah, or 9. It might even be more, bro.
Ridiculous.
And he already has 3
That's
or 4
unacceptable.
this year.
That's unacceptable.
It's unacceptable. I mean, if you're doing mixtapes like that, I get it. It's like Gucci Mane type shit because Gucci Mane is goated for that. But, bro, no. Yeah, I mean, that's all I'm gonna say about NBA YoungBoy.
Yeah, let's move on to the next poll.
Okay.
Or whatever's next.
We're gonna do the tweet next, where we say, "Who's got an insane hot take about music?" Could be anything.
We got some insane ones.
We got some insane
I
ones.
saw some new ones posted this morning too.
All right, well, let's go through this. We have Tyler Austin saying, "Here's the whopper: Kendrick Lamar sucks."
That
Period.
Listen, I'm not here to hurt feelings. I'm just here to talk about music, but I got to call it how I see it. Tyler, that's the worst take I've ever heard in my life, dude. I mean, Kendrick is head and shoulders above every other rapper right now in terms of rapping, in terms of music, and in terms of just releasing real albums.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody comes close.
I mean, we talked about it a little bit on the first podcast. Like, that's what we want from the rap game.
Yep.
Is musical, lyrical shit that also sounds good. Oh,
And-
is that hard?
And I like that it's like polarizing in a way where it's like he's not just dropping something that he knows is going to be a hit. You know, he's like taking a risk. Like that last album, I feel like was like a risk almost, like, or not like a risk, but you know what I mean. Like he stepped out of the norm.
Oh, for sure.
And that's what I like.
But it also sounds good.
Of course,
like it's not like,
and it's musical and.
Other than the one where he's just screaming, him and the girl are just screaming. That one I get, like, it's like a little iffy, but
when you listen to it top to bottom, like for your
it's a
first
conceptual album,
and that song actually fits a role in the album. Like,
right.
I haven't listened to it since I listened through it once, but
right.
It was fun the first listen. I was like, whoa, this is like I'm watching a movie.
Right. Yep. Now, Kendrick Lamar, if you don't like Kendrick Lamar, it's just you don't like his voice. I feel like that's the only kind of thing that like makes a difference is like. You can't hate on his beats, I feel like. They're like good sounding beats. Even if it's like not your vibe. Like you can't be like, this is a fucking trash beat.
Yep, I agree.
I mean, I guess you said earlier, like if you heard Humble way too many times, like Humble is a beat where I could be like, someone could be like, this is a trash beat. I feel like they could say that even though I love it. But
or just even the song, like the lyrics and the rapping, like it was fire, but like
be humble.
Yeah, it did that one did get old, I'll say that.
I mean, it's any song you play a million bajillion times is gonna get old. Yeah.
I mean, he's got a million hidden gems. I mean, Tyler, I'm sorry you're wrong about this one, but I'm sure there's other people that feel the same way.
I'm sure
we just happen to disagree.
I'm sure there is. We just hate you all.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to the next tweet under this one. Country. This is a good one.
Yeah.
I actually think this is like an interesting take that I am like, oh, okay. Country music isn't the worst genre because it actually sounds good. That sounds pretty good. Not good. There's a P in front, so I'm guessing that means pretty good. Mm-hmm. But the content of it is lame. So, like, the music sounds good, which I agree with to an extent, but it is because usually it's what they're saying and I'm, like, turned off about. So that is a good point. What are your thoughts?
I think, like, I see where he's coming from, that it sounds good. Well, I totally agree with that. The content's lame.
Right.
But with the sound, like... I feel like the only reason it sounds good is like to me it's just always basic stuff. Like, so yeah, it's gonna sound all right.
Yeah.
Because it's just the most basic. But I don't listen to country music, so don't like I'm a huge country music hater. Mm-hmm. So obviously I'm gonna be biased, but I just like there's no drums, mm-hmm. like there's no rhythm, and this is like something weird about me. I just like. I'm sorry, I hate that like twang, mm-hmm. the twang in country. Like I just that's something I can't like get past and like just sit down and enjoy.
Yep.
So I agree with that the content is super lame though.
Yeah.
Beers, like
it's
we get
like,
it nice. You're in love and you drink beer.
That Key and Peele skit, it just sounds racist.
Yeah, it does. It really does.
Country just sounds like they're racist off the bat.
I'm sorry. If you love country music, like. And you love country music, like, really deep down. I'm just going to look at you like, that's weird.
We're not going to trust your music takes.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what we're saying.
And, like, what you might be, like, gathering in some nefarious activities at night.
Tiny white hats, maybe. We'll see. Okay, then we have a tweet from Thomas Shelby, otherwise known as Chris McCarthy. He says, I'm one of the best rappers alive. What are your thoughts on that?
100% agree.
Yeah, I'd probably agree.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap. No bullshit, bro.
He's released a song called DAP.
That producer snapped. I feel
that
like.
Producer really went crazy. He carried the song.
Chris is good people's.
Chris,
spits
funny
bars.
response. We'll take it.
You do spit bars.
Okay, moving on. And then another one from Dat Raj Beats. Forgot to shout you out last time. That was the one that was the person that talked about the country. Dat Raj Beats at Dat Raj Beats on Twitter. Maybe not the hottest take, but ghostwriting should be more acceptable than it is. What are your thoughts? Dat Raj, we love these.
Yeah,
this is perfect.
yeah, you're
That's
snapping.
like
You're
exactly what
snapping.
we want.
I feel like I agree. If we're just talking music, it doesn't matter. But like rap is based on lyrics
Mm-hmm.
and you like rapping about your experiences,
Right.
like, and so like you can still be an amazing artist and have a ghostwriter. Like I don't think that changes but it brings you down as a rapper for me
Mm-hmm.
because like. It's so, I mean, it's like poetry. Like,
Right.
and if you're a poet and someone else is writing your poems, it's like, that's weird.
That is weird.
So that's how I feel about that. But I do agree, like with other, like, I wouldn't, like, I mean, it's not quite
People are
the
trying
same.
to hate on Rihanna.
Yeah, no, like I don't care about that.
Raj, she makes it.
And it makes good music.
You try to make that with that fucking. They give you that lyrics. You try to make something that sounds that good.
But I will also say something that I like started to learn getting more into music is people collab so much that like you might have a ghostwriter sometimes, you might not other times. Like that's just how working with other people goes. So
I agree. I think the way I'll put it, because you said like rappers, like the origin of rap is you're writing real shit. Like I agree that if you're a rapper, like who's the guy that did the song with 38, Joe Pesci, 38, Benny the Butcher.
Benny the Butcher.
If you're Benny the Butcher, Joey Badass, J.
Can't have a
Cole,
ghostwriter.
can't have a ghostwriter. That's where it gets a little iffy because it's like if you're Drake, I kind of get it. You're a pop artist. He's a rapper. He is. And he's proven that he can write
he's
shit.
good at it.
But he also knows that he is like a pop artist that can just go crazy
Yep.
with making anything sound good. Anybody gives him any lyrics, it's gonna fucking sound good. Sorry. So I'm kind of on the same page as you, Dat Raj. I think it's a little bit like it's a little bit too frowned upon. I think I'd agree with that. Should we do any more? Should we do that other poll?
well, let's talk. He also said ghost producing. That's an interesting thing too. What do you think about ghost producing? I feel like, which would be like people not making their beats, but I mean, I feel like that's just so normal.
Yeah, ghost producing. I've never even like heard that.
Yeah, but I mean, that's like what I said about the collaborators. Like, you're gonna collaborate with a million people to make beats and songs,
Right.
and so I don't have a problem with that.
That's just how it is.
Yep, that's just making music.
And as a producer, I make beats. I feel like it's so like everybody can get fire beats. You know?
Yeah.
Like, yes, the beat carries, but it's like everybody has fire beats. There's fire beats everywhere.
Yeah.
Everybody can make fire beats. It's just how it is.
Anyway,
Anyways, moving on. We are gonna talk about top 5 rappers.
our top 5 rappers.
Our top 5 rappers, and this is just opinion based. This is not us saying of all time, like who's the GOAT, like seriously talking about like who's impacted, influential. It's like just who we like the best.
Yeah.
Our top 5.
Like-
by the way, I just want to say, here's Mac. This is my dog. He's gonna be on the podcast from now on, just chilling. Mac, say hello. For those listening that can't
So
see,
rude.
he just threw up a bunch of gang signs. Okay, top 5 rappers. You go ahead. Take it. Run with it.
Oh, this one's tough, but not really, actually.
Just saying who you like, bro. Like,
Yeah, Kid Cudi, and this is in no particular order. This is just 5 people. Kid Cudi, 100%. Mac Miller, probably. And then I feel like I have to put Lil Wayne and Drake up there, which would be 4. And I know this is going to be controversial, but I have to say Kanye, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Now, but that was like sort of easy for me, so I just want to say some honorable mentions, though, like that.
Always.
Because like those are people like, it's like, well, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, they ran the game for 15, like all our childhood and
Right.
are still doing it
Yep.
right now. So I'd say like G Herbo is up there too. But I just couldn't put him in a list.
In the
with
top
those-
5, you just couldn't.
I couldn't put him in a list with those people.
Especially just comparatively the other guys your name.
Yep.
And it's like,
It just doesn't belong. It would be like that guy doesn't belong there. But
Lil
G
Durk.
Herbo, Juice WRLD maybe just because of, you know, and that was fun.
our
We-
obsession with
yeah.
him when he was hot.
And we went and saw him.
Yeah, we did see him. That's right.
I'd say that's it. Am I missing anybody? Maybe you just say yours, and I'll be like, yeah, that first one's fire.
I mean, ours are going to be pretty similar.
Yeah.
Now, we didn't discuss this earlier, but it's going to be pretty similar. Oh, gosh, Max, tipping over. Okay, Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, I missed him, bro.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big one. I didn't even think about how you didn't say. I thought you said it, but
Yeah.
maybe you didn't. Okay, see, I think mine's going to exclude Kid Cudi.
Yep.
So
makes sense.
Kendrick Lamar, Lil Wayne, Kanye. I got to go with Kanye. Even though it's like, I like him more for non-rapping, it's like, he's still a goated rapper.
Yeah.
And like, I feel like it's all, I'm like, we're talking just rappers. So like his music is just amazing on all fronts. So Kendrick, Lil Wayne's the GOAT mixtape, the GOAT like rapper. Like he makes it sound good, has bars, and just makes it interesting. Like, oh God, his discography is just nuts. It really is. Okay, so that's 3 or 4. Did I say 3 or 4?
That was 3.
Okay. I mean, now that you said it, I'm going to say it too, just because I have to. Drake.
Yeah, I mean,
just
it's
gotta say
undeniable
Drake.
at this point.
You
bro.
got to say Drake, unfortunately. And so that makes one more. Who am I putting in that motherfucking spot? I think... Man, I don't know who takes that last spot, honestly.
J. Cole,
I don't think I give it to J. Cole.
Eminem.
I'll give it to 50 Cent.
Oh yeah.
I'll give it to 50 Cent just because personally that changed the way I listen to rap for
Yeah.
sure. Like,
And
of
he
course,
is really
Eminem
good.
did too, don't get me wrong, but I was more obsessed with way more 50 Cent songs than Eminem songs. Like,
Yeah.
God, I loved 50 Cent G Unit. I was obsessed with that shit. Like, that really made me love rap when I
That's
was
awesome.
like into that shit. Because, of course, Eminem was the start, how he is for all white guys. But, okay, moving on. Tell us what you think. What do you think about this?
Yeah, maybe leave your top 5 if you just want to comment.
Yeah.
Maybe leave a top 5.
Comment your top 5. Do you agree with us? Do you
We'll
think
tell
we're
you you're wrong.
outrageous? Oh, I want to add my honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Honorable mentions. Ski Mask. I love Ski Mask.
Yep.
He's not going to be in my top 5 like
Ever.
for a while. Well, he can prove himself.
Yeah, he could be.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I think Ski Mask will just be my only honorable mention because I just love his shit. Like, I was obsessed with the Stokely album and everything he's released I've actually just loved. But he's also such a different vibe than all the other guys. And like,
it's a real
it's almost
specific
not even,
vibe.
Yeah, it's a very specific vibe. I'm probably going to remember someone later and be like, damn, I wish I mentioned him. We didn't
Yeah.
write this shit down, so we're just doing it off the dome ski, which is more genuine, more real.
It's more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, we probably missed someone that's fire. But,
Yeah. Top 5 producers.
Uh,
Are you going to be able to like do this?
yeah. Fuck. I didn't study. Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna pick basic ones though, like Metro Boomin, Kanye, if that counts. I'm trying to think I'm trying to just think of when I hear I'm trying to think of producer tags right now, and it'll be like, oh, I heard that a bunch. I don't know. See, this is where I don't really have anything else. I don't know, Dr. Dre.
Yeah,
I mean, he does make fire beats.
He's the start of it all, pretty
But-
much.
That's pretty much all I got. I mean, I would say Mac Miller too, but he only did shit for his own stuff, really.
Yeah, and it's hard with Mac Miller because he was such a integral part of the beat making process, but he really didn't make a lot of his own beats. Other than I know he made a few on Watching Movies with the Sound Off, and he made 1 or 2 on Good AM where he made the beat.
Yeah.
But I think maybe Time Flies or one of the just really interesting beats he made. But my top 5, I'm gonna put Metro Boomin up there. Before I even name anything else, the reason why my top 5 producers are gonna be so turn up trap oriented is because to me, that's when producers carried. Is when they started making the beats where the beats were way more important than the rapper.
Yeah.
Before Kanye, beats were for the rapper to just go crazy on. Of course, there's a bunch of fire beats. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that all 90s and early 2000 beats aren't fire as fuck. Don't get me wrong. They're fire. But once the trap, the rap, people started doing the crazy 808s after Kanye did 808 Heartbreak.
Heartbreak.
It's when shit took off. So Metro Boomin, Kanye, Lex Luger. I fucking love Lex Luger. He's gonna be a hot take pick, but really like Cabin Fever album, all the early trap, Waka Flocka, like if you hear that whoop, 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 whoop thing, that's him. And that was like 5 years that people use that.
That's crazy.
Just like how Metro Boomin used the siren and like Future and all those guys use that so much. Lex Luger really, like, when I started making beats, that was a guy I was like just trying to make every single beat like that. Like I just wanted to make it so hard hitting. He made the beat Ham on like Jay-Z and Kanye's Watch the Throne. That beat is fucking nuts. That's you talk about Playboi Carti having like theatrical sounding beats. Nah, bro. Ham shits on all those Playboi Carti beats. Young Chop.
Oh, good one.
Gotta say Young Chop.
Yep.
Dude started the whole drill wave. Literally, like all drill beats started with Young Chop. He made it sound the hardest out of any producer ever. That scream he has when it hits the bass drum, I can't even recreate it.
No.
Like that shit is crazy. And then hearing all those drill rappers come in after that, like, oh
So
god,
fire though. I mean,
So fire.
Chief Keef might not have been
So-
Chief Keef without
facts.
Young Chop.
100%, 100%. He could have been decent still.
Decent still, yeah.
You love Sosa,
Yeah.
That beat
fire.
is
that, I
one of
mean,
the best
finally
beats of all time.
Rich, that whole
thing.
with all the ones Young Chop produced on that.
I mean, even the other. What is the one with
Hallelujah, because that's what I like that.
his
beat.
most famous song? What is it? Like me or
I Don't Like?
I Don't Like. Yeah, Young Chop made that beat too.
Yep.
I Don't Like. Crazy hit. And then Kanye is like, oh, I want to take that because it's fire as fuck.
Yeah, so
then he
Kanye
did.
wanted to fucking do a Young Chop beat. That's fire.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. And then he made the on it, which made it so much better because Kanye's the goat.
Yep.
But you like the original version better, don't you?
Yeah, I like the original. Well,
I
like
got
I do really like the Kanye one too.
Because it's
but-
amazing.
But it's just like the authenticity of the original version. Just
It just
like,
sounds way
It's
more
just
like
the
real.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I heard that one first. The original
yeah,
one.
I mean, for sure. Yeah.
I think
So
you-
that's
one more.
the boy Wanda. I think I have to do that because he really is like what Drake, Pound Cake, all that shit.
Yep.
Like he made all the like the most goated Drake beats. Really, I think he was like a huge driving force in all the like when it was like 666. What album was that? If you're reading this, it's too late. Yeah. So he, I think, was all over that. He was all over Take Care, and Nothing Was the Same. I mean,
Yeah, and Drake has amazing beats. So
always.
obviously.
I mean, it's just gonna be like that. Moving on, top 5 guitarists.
Wait, here's a good
Or honorable mention, Seasick.
I
love
Seasick and Zaytoven.
Oh, Zaytoven. Yeah, I forgot about Zaytoven. But he is an honorable mention to me still. He's not top 5.
Yep.
And then also DJ Scheme. He's good. He makes all the Scheme ass shit. Ronnie J all makes all the Scheme ass shit and like X and like all that shit. I think he is like making the craziest like hard beats.
But yeah, Seasick was a good shout.
You know, Murder Beats.
Murder
he goes
Beats is
crazy.
good.
You know, these are all honorable mentions though because they just don't make the most go to shit
Yeah.
for the longest
Seasick damn near-
period of time.
I mean, Lil Bibby and Seasick, like
And
that,
Logic and Seasick.
that was nuts.
Logic
man.
and Seasick was crazy too.
That is nuts.
And like he was just in that like kind of when people were making like honestly what we talk about like trap shit with like fire lyrics, like he was like big into that.
Yep.
Like he was making these crazy beats. Yeah, I mean all of the Free Cracks, he has like 3 or 4 songs on there that are
I think
just so
Came
good.
From Nothing is Seasick,
Oh yeah,
right?
and it's like
Yeah,
that's like the
amazing.
best beat of
Yeah.
all time, damn near. Oh my god, I love that. Seasick, I have to put on mention just because I remember that was when I was. Oh, and Hit Boy, he makes just everything.
Yeah.
Like if you look up Hit Boy's like discography, it's like oh my god, he just has made beats for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool. He's made beats for Drake. He's made beats for like everyone, literally. Any more with that? I think we're just moving on.
Yeah.
Top 5 guitarists.
Guitarist, easy.
We like guitar. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, let me get this. Let me get this.
Ours are gonna be the same, pretty much.
Yeah,
I
pretty
think.
much.
So.
Well, no. A few of them will be James Hetfield.
That's your number 1?
Well, once again, like I don't know, the order to me doesn't matter as much. Like
Yeah,
they,
facts.
these
They're
five
all
pe-
in no order,
These
honestly.
5 people I hold above other
Right.
guitarists, because I choose James Hetfield. Metallica is just amazing. He's the rhythm guitarist for Metallica, and I feel like it's weird to have a rhythm guitarist in your top.
It is. I didn't expect you to do that though.
But I just
But it's
like
lit.
I mean because like when I play guitar, I'm not like a crazy good lead guitarist.
Right.
So I like hearing these really awesome riffs that aren't that complicated, but they are. And
Because you could do it.
I can do it. Yeah, I play his riffs and I love it, and I just love Metallica. So and everything about like. I know it's not about guitar, but like just when he's performing live, like he just looks so cool.
No, he's the rhythm goat.
Yeah.
Which I'm glad you put him in the top 5 because he's
Yeah.
not in mine.
Yeah.
So there we go.
And then,
Who else? Yeah.
Then I got Tony Iommi for sort of the same reasons.
Yeah,
Like
it's not gonna be in my top 5 either. Okay, so it's gonna be different.
for sort of the same reasons. Like he's not the best, but that's why I love him so much because I can relate to it with my own playing. Like I don't need to be technically shredding all the time. I can but I can still play good music. Then I'd have to say Eddie Van Halen just because he is the GOAT.
So that's 3.
Yep, 3, and then Jimi Hendrix.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. I was gonna be upset if you didn't.
Jimi Hendrix is amazing. And honestly, like, just because it's in my brain, I might be missing someone that's really good, but I might say Dave Mustaine, dude.
Okay, bet. Yeah, you're gonna maybe be like, oh, bet when I say the guys that I say.
But wait, let me just for Dave Mustaine, like, it's like I just love how he is the rhythm guitarist and the lead guitarist. Like,
And just quick, can we just go over what bands?
band? Yeah. So I'll just start. James Hetfield was Metallica. I said that. Tony Iommi is Black Sabbath. Eddie Van Halen, Jimi Hendrix. The Jimi Hendrix Experience was actually the name of his band.
Yep.
And Megadeth,
Dave Mustaine.
the founder of Megadeth. Yeah, Dave Mustaine.
Who's also the rhythm guitarist. So he has 2 rhythm guitarists, but Dave also is kind of lead at the same
he is.
time.
He-
But he
yeah,
is
he
a rhythm
solos.
guitarist.
And
I mean,
just-
James does too, but
And I like his style of like chaos, but it's like what's that called? It's like controlled chaos.
Is it controlled or is it?
I don't know, but
It's
that's what it sounds
something
like.
Yeah, so that's his top
What do
5.
you got?
So number 1, I'm gonna like damn near order it out just because I feel like I have to. Number 1, Eddie Van Halen, easy go for me.
Easy.
Like head and shoulders above everybody else, and I'm talking guitar. I'm not saying the bands.
No.
We're not talking about their bands. The Van Halen fucking band is
Mid.
it's a little bit above mid. Like I listen to it from time to time, but I'm never like so obsessed with them where I'm like, oh my god, I can't get enough. I can get enough of Van Halen pretty quick.
Yes.
And the only reason I really listen to it is for the guitar. That's like the only reason. So Van Halen, number 1, the guitar is an extension of him. It literally sounds like it's his arm. He's just like, oh yeah, this is what I'm doing. It doesn't seem like he's playing an instrument. It's just like, it sounds like he knows exactly what to do at all times, just naturally.
Yep.
Like, oh, he's just born like that. No other guitarist to me sounds anything remotely close to that. Maybe Jimi Hendrix, but
It's different.
it's different. It's different.
Jimi
Like I
Hendrix
feel like
wasn't as precise.
no, and not only that, but like he even knew that he wasn't like he would talk about how Eric Clapton was better than him. He'd talk about how like other people were better, even though they're not. Even though they're not.
They're not.
So then Jimi Hendrix, number 2, he is the most influential guitarist of all time, maybe other than Eddie Van Halen, but I think you have to put him above Eddie Van Halen influential because he's just like started the whole everything. I'm gonna put number 3 for me. And by the way, these are like personal, like
Yep.
I think I had to put Jimi Hendrix just because of like, he's the GOAT. But number 3 for me, Steve Vai. I think Steve Vai like is almost at the level of Eddie Van Halen, but like a different version where it's like, it sounds like he was born to do this shit. It sounds like, holy crap, no one can sound like that, but more of like constructed. Eddie Van Halen sounds like kind of like the controlled chaos you were saying, like where it's like, you're like, what the fuck is going on? With Steve Vai, you're like, holy shit, he's doing everything perfect.
And I would say, in my experience, Steve Vai is a little more like theatrical. Like
Yeah.
it is like could be like played during a play or something.
Yeah, he's got it like where it's just like, whoa, all right. This is like a whole thing. Eddie Van Halen is like, he's just shredding his fucking ass off.
Still
Yeah,
amazing,
that's true. Yeah, because Steve Vai's more like, well, that's what I'm saying about like construct, like it's,
though. Yeah.
yeah. Number 4, Dimebag Darrell.
Oh yeah.
Motherfucking Dimebag Darrell. Once again, this is why Eddie's the GOAT, because he's just the metal version of Eddie. Dimebag Darrell's guitar, right here. Yeah. Way to point that out, because I was going to forget. And then number 5.
Who do we got?
I'm gonna put. Let's go with. It's gonna be a tie, just because he's like been the GOAT for like the past 20 years. Like, I'm gonna do John Mayer.
Yeah.
Just
What
because
about-
he's like fucking awesome.
No, I got someone that I think you're forgetting. Jimmy Page.
Oh, Jimmy Page. But see, the thing about Jimmy Page though is like, even though he is like amazing, it to me seems like if it wasn't the band
Yeah.
all together,
True.
like John Bonham, what's his name, Robert Plant, like if they were there, and the fucking bassist, whatever his name
John
is,
Paul Jones.
John Paul Jones, like if they weren't all together, it wouldn't be the experience. Eddie Van
actually
Halen,
agree
put him
with
on
that.
any fucking band, he's going
Yeah,
crazy.
he's going nuts. And
Steve
Dimebag
Vai.
too.
Yeah, Dimebag carried. It's like almost the exact same experience.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point.
Let's see. Honorable mentions: Stevie Ray Vaughan, SVR. He's
SRV.
SRV. He's fucking pretty much Jimi Hendrix, but a little bit more precise and fucking awesome.
And like bluesy. Like I know Jimi Hendrix is super bluesy, but something about Stevie Ray Vaughan is like that's like I don't know, like straight up blues and
Yeah.
like in
No, it's-
like muddy blues.
Oh
like
yeah, and he's more precise than Jimmy is. Like Stevie Ray Vaughan is like, holy shit, this guy is playing blues perfectly.
Yep.
Like Jimmy had the metal, like
Yeah.
that Stevie doesn't really have. Like Stevie doesn't ever really sound like it's like metal. It's always bluesy, but like Jimmy would sound metal.
Yeah.
That's where they're like different.
especially in his live performances.
Yeah. Oh god, it was like like
was
distorted like
shred,
crazy. Yeah,
like
he's
straight
shredding.
up.
So yeah, that's my honorable mentions.
Are we forgetting anybody? Quick run through. Nope, I don't think so. I mean,
I'm not-
just
I'm
an
not-
honorable mention just because he's in the band we love so much. Kirk Hammett.
Oh yeah, Kirk. Yeah, we'll throw Kirk in there, even though he's like not a good guitarist.
He's not
really.
that good,
But I love him.
but he but fits perfectly in Metallica.
There was 5 years of my life where I thought Kirk was the best, and
Yep.
that was from like 8 to like 13. I was like, Kirk is the best guitarist ever.
yeah.
Maybe other than Eddie Van Halen. I've always thought Eddie Van Halen was the GOAT.
Yeah.
When I heard the jump solo when I was like 8 years old, I was like, dude, I don't even know if that's a guitar.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know. I know it is, but I don't even know.
Or Eruption too. When I first heard that, I was like, "What?" All right.
Real quick, top 5 metal.
bands.
Yeah, top 5 metal bands, real quick,
Metal
just
bands,
because.
yeah, just real quick. I mean, I don't even have. I'll fill out the top 5, but I really just like 80s thrash metal. Metallica #1. I'll rank these ones easy. Metallica #1. I'll put, dude. I have Metallica above Black Sabbath, unfortunately. #2, Black Sabbath. #3, Megadeth. #4. See, this is where like I'm trying to think of who. I'm just gonna put this on there. Annihilator. And Slayer. I'll
Yeah, I
say.
was gonna say Slayer. Is that 5 or 4?
I think that was
Yeah,
5.
That was 5.
Yep.
I'm gonna go Metallica, Black Sabbath. Do I go with Megadeth there too?
Pantera.
Yeah, I think I like Megadeth more than Pantera, honestly.
Really?
Like,
That's awesome.
I'm saying like
If you're gonna really listen to their songs, like
as a band,
yep,
I think Megadeth has more like fire songs, even though
and a longer
I like
career.
and a way longer career. And they just have multiple vibes. Pantera has one fucking vibe,
But
and that's it.
I mean,
but they killed that vibe.
They were cut short.
They
too,
were cut
like-
short, but not really, because he died in the 2000s.
2003.
Yeah. But they started in what, 89, 90? Yeah. So that's 13 years. So yeah, you're right. I mean, it didn't really get, but also by the end tail of their career,
It was pretty bad.
pretty bad. So yeah, top 5 metal. Let us know if you agree with any of our takes or if you're like, what the fuck are these guys talking about? One thing we're going to do a lot on this podcast, I feel like, is fan interaction. So Twitter, Instagram, commenting on YouTube. Just let us know your thoughts, your takes. We'll react to it.
Yeah,
We'll let
'cause
you know.
I just love hearing how other people think about music because then it like forms the way you think about music. Too.
Yeah. And we're able to talk about music literally forever.
Forever.
Even if it's genres that we don't like, even if it's we're down to explore genres. That's one thing that I want. Like, Dat Raj saying the thing about country, like, I'm down to, like, if you have, like, ooh, these guys are musical, listen to this country band. Like, I'm down. Even though I fucking hate country, let me know.
Yeah, I might give it a listen for like 1 or 2 minutes.
And then we'll shut it down instantly.
Trash.
Okay, let's go over Battalion. That's me. That's my artist name, Battagalian, baby, on Spotify, on all platforms. Released a single 2 weeks ago, Friday, called Good Crazy. Go check it out. I'm going to be thinking, of next stuff to release. One thing I want to release is my old music. I think I'm going to release, I used to go by the alias G Capo because I thought it was cool. I might release like a mixtape. It's going to be like on Spotify and all that shit, so it's going to be an album, but a mixtape of all my old music. I used to just rap, no guitar. Now I just do everything with guitar along with rap. So I'm going to release that, I think, and just because a lot of people listen to that on SoundCloud and like people like that music. It's definitely a different vibe than what I make now, but I thought might as well just release shit,
And it's cool, like, I know I always say this when we have this conversation, but it's like how Mac Miller like would have Larry Fisherman or Delusional Talents. Like, I just think that's cool to show that you have other types of music you like to do.
Because if you listen to that first album I made, like
It's nothing
like anything I've ever made.
No.
So, and it just doesn't sound like anything. What are you doing stand up wise?
I just started a little stand up class, like through Second City, Chicago. So I'm gonna hopefully that like gets me motivated and perfects a little bit more. And I'm still trying to go up on Wednesday at Comedy on State. I went this week and didn't get picked. I've gone like a million times and never got chosen, but I'm pretty sure I have to like consecutively
just keep doing that,
like every week.
Yep.
Like I would go like 1 week and then like take like 3 weeks off.
Right.
Like that's obviously not gonna work.
But also, like once they see your name a million bajillion times, they'll be like, okay, let's let this guy on.
So that's really all I'm doing right now. I'm taking baby steps with comedy. I'm not trying, like I don't even want to like.
You're 23, bro.
Yeah.
Most comedians, like, think about the comedians that are popular right now. They're all like 40, at least. I guess like Theo Von, and like he's like 35.
40. Yeah.
He's 40?
Yeah.
So, yeah, exactly. Okay. Theo Von has had like a crazy long career where he's like slow.
That's
grind,
comedy
and then,
too.
Yeah, it is. Because you got to just get out there. One thing that I've heard is like, which Bobby Lee talked about, which is just like, you got to just show your face.
Yeah.
And like, once the people realize, oh, he's not leaving, then they'll commit. And that's how it is with all like art, all content. It's like, if you really want to do it, just keep showing your fucking face. People will eventually go, okay, this guy's for real. He's for realsies.
Consistency is key.
Yep.
I've been thinking about maybe like driving to Milwaukee and hitting some open mics too.
Dude, why not? My dad's gonna fucking do that.
Because I'm tired of going to these little open mics around town, like performing to the same just comedians. Like there's no like real people. Like so, I might try going somewhere else.
Yep. And just showing your face, other places, people hearing your name, and that's just you can't go wrong there.
Yep.
Even if you bomb.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck?
Dude, bombing. I mean, you can't
bomb.
can't get into comedy if you're scared of bombing. I mean, I've only gone up like 15 times and I've bombed 8.
What does it feel like when you bomb? Like are you like really like damn, or is it just kind of like
for me, I haven't had anything where like I really really prepared and really thought it was funny and it still bombed. All my bombs were like, well, yeah, what did I expect? I came up here with no plan. So, but
winging it.
It feels like, I don't know. It's not that weird because I'm just thinking like, well, I'm almost done.
Yep.
So like, and I'm weird like this where like, I'm like, if I think it's funny, I have a confidence that like, this must have just been a weird night or like for certain, and I have a good gauge of like if it actually is funny or not, so
right.
It's all and you get better and it's like it's not you still take something away from it even if you bomb.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Honestly, you might even learn more.
Yep.
Because if you don't bomb and you're like, man, why? Not saying that this happens, but like if you were like, I didn't feel like it didn't do like that well and people were loving it, it could be because they're just like drinking, having a good time, and they're just gonna laugh at whatever you fucking say.
Yeah.
Because that's how it is at the comedy club sometimes. I felt like there was this girl behind me one time when we were at the comedy club and she was fucking laughing her ass off, drunk as shit. I'm just like, this guy thinks he's going crazy up here, but this girl is just off her shit.
But that's how it goes.
That's how it goes, though.
That's the beauty of it.
Yeah,
and I had one time where I think it was just sort of like a really good vibe in the place, and
everything just worked.
And I sort of like snapped. I felt like, but it felt like that. Like, oh, the vibe here is just like a good
they're just
vibe
gonna
tonight.
fuck with it no matter
But then
what.
I had another time where I think it was my first time at this particular open mic, and I was like, up there telling jokes, and I'm noticing, oh, nobody's paying attention. Like, so that's just how it goes. Sometimes
Everybody's
they're
having conversations and just
people
chilling,
are talking,
drinking.
people are moving, drinking, yeah. So
I mean, it's all these they're all at bars too.
Yep.
So it's like, everybody's gonna be drinking at all times when you do stand up.
which is why I want to like try to venture out, try some different spots maybe.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, that's all my comedy.
All right. Well, anything else you want to bring up before we end this year?
Follow us on all our social media platforms.
Yep. Unfortunately, another podcast on all platforms. Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know your thoughts on any of those platforms. If you want to have hot takes, if you want to tell us to dive into something, what we should do on further podcasts, just let us know what you're fucking with, what you're vibing with, what you want us to do.
Yeah, because we like good ideas, we like bad ideas, because we make fun of the bad ideas and we use the good ideas.
We're going to roast you. Pretty much anything you put, we're going to roast you for. Just kidding. Thank you guys for listening for our second podcast. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe. Everything's going to be released on YouTube. We're going to be releasing stuff on Spotify and everything too. It should be on all like podcast platforms soon. But as of right now, we're just on YouTube. And yeah, thank you for watching. Adios, folks.